Hi everybody and welcome to Formula 1 2016 on the PlayStation 4 for another quick 25% race. Today we're going to do round number 5 and that's the Spanish Grand Prix. We will pick the Red Bull Racing team and Max Verstappen as the driver.
Welcome along then to the final moments of peace before a grid full of the world's fastest racing cars fire into life and charge down towards the scuffle of turn 1. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management, a lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Nico Rosberg completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Raikkonen, Perez, Alonso and Felipe Massa, Grosjean, Button, Carlos Sainz and Kvyat, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Esteban Gutierrez and Jolyon Palmer, Wehrlein and Ericsson, Felipe Nasser and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, so here we go for 17 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. Away we go. That's a great start, slightly slow start by Ricciardo. Drifted past him without too much of a problem. Just tucking behind Bottas. Right, hopefully we're going to have enough. No, I don't think we've quite got enough on him. Let's back out this one. We'll have another go.
It's dirty air. Get past him. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
So Bottas was slightly locking up on his brakes just there. Defending really hard.
Hamilton's out in front. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A? Copy that.
Right, this time around, I think we might have him. Got a really good
To first place is 7.0 seconds.
drive out of that last corner.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.4 seconds.
Well, that's cost us. Again, back end kicking out, losing a lot of top end speed down this straight. It's very unfortunate. Right, we need to get this consistency back again. It's all gone to pod at the moment. Let's cover.
You need to pit in this lap.
Oh my god, that is awful. That is really bad. Anyway, we will chalk that lap off and go in for some new tyres and see if we can improve the performance so far. So we're up to lap 7, slowly falling down the positions ranking. Oh, and this is a really bad pit stop as well.
Release, release.
Wow, 7 seconds, that's cost us big time. Probably about 4.5, 5 seconds for that pit stop there. Not good at all. That might make trying to push for a podium position just that little bit harder. I don't know what was up with Massa then. Right, we've got to take this guy. Duck out again. Hopefully, hopefully.
Daniel is in the pits.
So there's Ricciardo in 10th place, being held up by Palmer and Bottas. I'm sure at least one of them will have to go in for a pit stop. Awesome, so that's Ricciardo and ourselves in the top 10. Still need to try and pull a rabbit out of the hat to make team objective. There we go. So it was Palmer that was waiting to go in for a pit stop. Kind of like threw me slightly, so I've lost a little bit of speed, but I'm sure I'll get that back. Coming up now, probably my strongest section of the track.
Daniel is the next car ahead of you.
Five laps to go.
Gap to car in front is 0.9 seconds.
Slightly untidy, lost a lot of speed. Coming out of that corner.
The gap behind is 1.4 seconds.
The good news is I am fulfilling the team objective. But I would so much love podium. I don't think I'm going to get it today. Not perfect execution of that section of the track there. Far from it. That was a lot better for that. Oh, incredibly untidy. So difficult to try and nail perfectly every time.
Okay, some information on signs. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. Okay, gap ahead is 1.2 seconds. Our gap behind is 4.0 seconds.
Got to get really close to Bottas now.
Leader, 23.0 seconds. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Much better that time around. Not perfect still. Probably spoke a little bit too early. But the idea was there, the idea was right. Right, lap 16. Really got to try and get on the tail end of Bottas now.
The gap to the car behind is 4.3 seconds.
Right,
This is your
final lap.
final lap of the race. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 1.1 seconds.
Wow. Okay,
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
that was a hard race. Wow, my arms are aching.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And as the adrenaline dies down after another eventful Grand Prix, here come the top 3 out onto the podium. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Nico Hülkenberg, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
Okay, so there we have the final position. So we've got Lewis Hamilton in first, Rosberg in second, and Vettel in third, with a time of 24 minutes and 49 seconds. So Hamilton's fastest lap is a 1:25.616. My fastest lap was a 1:26.515, which is not really too bad, but I know I can do considerably better on this track than that. But all in all, it wasn't a bad race. Let's have a look at the teammate of Ricciardo. He got a 1:26.296, so slightly faster, but we fulfilled the team objective and got both cars in the top 10 as well. So all in all, a good day's work. Let's continue. And that concludes my 25% race for the Spanish Grand Prix. If you enjoyed the race and would like to see more 25% races, then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you for round number 6, which is the Monaco Grand Prix. So until then, take care and thanks for watching.